Welcome to Talking Pictures Trivia, the podcast in which a group of geographically challenged friends explore movies through trivia as an excuse to keep their friendships alive. I'm one of these friends and today's host, Nick, and with me is...
Tom.
Kevin.
And Pat.
Thanks for joining us. Today, we're taking a break from our regular schedule for a format we like to call Talking Trivia. There will be 3 rounds of 3 questions with each question worth 1 point. You can lose a point if you get the answer wrong, but I'll give you 3 to start. Whoever has the most points at the end of round 3 will be in the hot seat and asked a final question. That person can wager any amount of accumulated points on getting the question right, while the remaining contestants can do the same betting against or for the person in the hot seat. Points will be added or subtracted accordingly, and we'll have our winner. Good luck to all.
It's time for round 1.
The movie we'll be asking questions about in round 1 is none other than 1995's Toy Story.
Yeah. And I was 10 when that one came up, but I'm good now. I think I've seen it. Actually, I definitely saw it. I watched with my kids. I made the kids sit down. So we're good.
I saw it in a drive-in in Lake George, New York, in the year 1995. I think in a double feature with Apollo 13, possibly.
Wow, that was a Tom Hanks year.
Yeah, it was a good year for that fella. Yeah.
Double Oscars, and then he's doing well.
Yeah. There just needs to be a Tim Allen cameo in Apollo 13 that we all didn't know about.
I think he was the dude who gave the other dude measles. I'm pretty sure. Chicken pox.
Yeah, in real life and in the movie.
Yeah, I think I saw this at my cousin's house like the day it came out on video, and I think it was VHS.
It was ahead of its time, if you think about it.
It's time for question 1.
What name is written under Woody's boot? Pat is all over this one.
Andy.
That is correct.
Yes.
Starting off the episode strong.
I think even if I didn't know it from the movie, I would know it from the many, many NFL memes about Andy Reid. So I think.
Oh, nice.
It's time for question 2.
Now, this question, I had some debates with KJ on because I do not speak like this, but it, I think, is correct English. So we're going to go for it. On whom does Woody have a crush? That one looks like Tom jumped in strong.
Yep, the Bo Peep figurine.
Little Bo Peep.
It is also correct English. He is correct.
Yes.
Oh, I know it was right. I just, when we were like preparing for this episode, I'm like, I just don't speak like that. But
see, I would always rephrase those kind of things. Like, so I used to have this problem when I would write emails all the time because I refused to use the incorrect English. So I would say, who is the person that he has a crush on?
But I thought people don't like the ons on the end. Anyway,
I was more okay with saying who is the person that he has a,
Isn't that passive voice though?
Yeah, but I don't care as long as it's not grammatically incorrect. Stylistically is okay, grammatically it's not.
All right.
This is why people tune into Talking Trivia right here.
I'm not saying I'm not an unpleasant person, but I am saying
as long as it's a blue line in Word and not a red line.
There you go.
It's time for question 3.
What is Buzz Lightyear's famous catchphrase?
Oh, you beat me.
Okay, somehow Pat snuck ahead.
To infinity and beyond.
I would be very sad if you got that one wrong, to be honest with you.
I could have said we're not flying, we're falling with style.
Tom, are you happy we're done with this first round on Toy Story?
Yeah, I actually knew a decent amount of it.
I feel like I got to switch over to the browser-based buzzer. I feel like
they're getting an edge on you.
I feel like anything that everybody knows just automatically goes to Pat. You know?
I don't know. Okay, at the end of round 1, we still have a very close game here. Pat's in the lead with 5. Tom is showing up strong with 4, and Kevin has the points that I gave him.
It's time for round 2.
In round 2, all of the questions will be related to 1986's Ferris Bueller's Day Off.
It's time for question 1.
What city do Ferris and his crew spend their day in?
Chicago.
Well, yes, Tom is the first one who buzzed in, and Tom did get it right.
Yeah.
They are in Chicago.
I think I need the thumb, not the index finger.
Oh, is that really making the difference there?
Yeah, no, it's not my low IQ. It's my index finger.
It's time for question 2.
How many times has Ferris been absent this school year? Tom!
19.
That is incorrect. The next person is Pat.
Shoot.
You thought it was 19 too, didn't you?
19. I thought it was 19. Is this 20? Would this be the 20th?
Oh.
I do see that Kevin also buzzed in because that is incorrect.
Shoot.
I'm going to go with 21.
Everyone is losing a point that round, bringing us Tom and Pat are at 4.
What is the answer?
And there's 2.
No, we should just go with places.
Oh,
9
9.
times.
Oh.
In
No,
the
you're right, it's
secretary's
9
voice. 9
times.
times.
See,
That's not
instead
that
of thinking
many, though.
9 times in my head, I heard 19. I mean, that was literally in my head. I heard 19 instead of 9 times because 9 times isn't that many.
She
Yeah.
could have
the 80s
a
had
certain,
different standards.
not an accent, but a certain dialect.
She has an
I guess.
accent. Yeah, she has a pretty like Chicago thing going. doesn't
Yeah,
she?
Yeah.
It's a
That's
it's a
more of
Midwest
like
thing,
a
yeah.
dialect, though, right? Like,
Well, Ed, with your bad leg, you shouldn't be throwing
Yeah.
anyone,
It's time for question 3.
who's winning the Cubs game? Pat. I think Pat is definitely gotten the speed on the buzzer here.
I'm gonna go with. It depends on whether you're looking for the objective answer or the answer that's given by the pizza guy. I don't know what Kevin's or what KJ's going for here, so I'm gonna go with the Bears because that is the line from the film. The Bears. It is also tied, which is the joke. But he says the pizza guy says
you locked in Bears.
But the pizza guy
Kevin-
says the Bears.
Kevin.
That's not fair.
So I'm gonna go with the answer that I was thinking of when I
Yep.
buzzed in, and all I could think of is that I believe Cam is wearing a Detroit Red Wings jersey, so I assume they were playing the Tigers. So I'm gonna say the Tigers.
The
It's
joke
tied.
is
It's
the
tied.
joke is the answer. It's tied.
Yeah, but the pizza guy, when he says who's winning, and he says it's 1-1, and he says what's the score? And he says it's 1-1. He says who's winning? The Bears. That's the joke in the movie.
Oh,
I
just
know
kinda
you're
remember
right,
that.
but
That's the
the actual game
Mhm.
is tied.
Yeah, but unfortunately, I don't know whether I'm supposed to give the answer in the film or the answer that KJ is taking from the lines. Fine, take my points.
You know
take
what,
my
though?
points.
I
You may
kind
have
of like
them, you may
that
have them.
we
you may
have
them.
our man behind the curtain because it gives me plausible deniability.
You may take my points. You may have my points.
But I mean, Pat remembered the scene, so
No. We have objective standards. we have a man behind our curtain.
Okay,
It's incorrect.
so at the end of round 2, Tom is in the lead with 4 points, followed by Pat with the original 3, and Kevin is still in positive territory with 1.
It's time for round 3.
All questions in round 3 will be related to 2008's The Dark Knight.
oh god.
Tom, you are in the lead here.
I hate this movie so hard.
You can hate
okay.
it, but do you know the answers?
Okay, we'll see.
I feel like I might come out on top just by not buzzing in this here.
You know when I saw this movie, I saw it in Union Square,
Mhm.
in New York City, and I met Djamin Hansu while watching this film. Djamin Hansu is there. So we walked up to him. Yeah, he and his wife. His wife was famous because she was doing, I think, Project Runway at the time.
Okay.
But so yeah, I met Djamin Hansu at this film and got his autograph. That is my.
You'll
Dark
always have
Knight
something
story.
memorable from it.
He's Blood Diamond, right? This is
Yeah,
Oscar
he was
nomination?
in Amadeus.
He was in
I think,
yeah.
yeah, he was in Amadeus or no, not Amadeus. Amistad.
Yeah.
He was in Amistad and Blood Diamond. Yeah, so.
Mhm.
Unlike Tom, I did enjoy this movie. So I know you have a thing against Christopher Nolan in general, but I
Yeah.
did enjoy specifically Heath Ledger's portrayal of the Joker. I mean, that really carried a
Yeah,
lot
fair
of weight
enough.
for me in this film.
He's fine. It's just the man can't do car chases because there's more cars. Like the cars just keep appearing and disappearing. So anyway, there's 5, and then there's 4, and then there's 7. Anyway.
Those are Gotham cars. They do whatever, you know.
I still think I give him credit for it just because of the Joker. You know, that really pulls a lot of weight for me when I watch this film.
He's fine. He can't do car chases.
I feel like this was the movie that started the Batman voice too, so I gotta give credit there. I mean, there was always kind of a Batman voice, but then I feel like Christian Bale took it to a whole new level.
Oh yeah.
Or the sound engineer. Yeah.
Yeah, that too.
Literally, yeah, then.
It's time for question 1.
Where did the Joker get his clothes?
You beat me.
Okay, Pat beat Tom.
They are custom made.
The answer that I was given was the Joker made them.
It's not that he
Made
made
them.
them. They are custom made.
I'm going to
Custom
give the
made
point.
does not mean by the person.
Well, does he
It
later reveal
could
this
be,
is-
though, right?
It could be.
If you were to draw a Venn diagram of custom made and I made it myself,
That is possible. But however, the fact it was never said that the Joker made them himself.
No, he
It's
didn't
just
make them
said-
himself. Yeah.
It's just said that they
I thought
are
he was
custom
hiring a
made.
seamstress, and
Yeah. No, I think Pat gets the points here.
Pat
Sorry,
definitely gets
Kevin.
the point.
They're
Sorry,
custom
KJ.
But
Yeah.
no, I agree. I agree. I just wanted to see where we went with this, but Pat does get the point. You got that, KJ? He wasn't cutting the fabric.
I'm just picturing Heath Ledger like Heath Ledger at a sewing machine being like, ha ha ha, I'm gonna really get them with this one.
It's time for question 2.
What does the Joker do with his half of the money? I think Tom jumped on this one.
Did I go? Oh, he burns it.
What a wonderful scene. I love that. What do you do with somebody who doesn't really care for the rules of society, how things are judged, you know, and what success is built off of? So I really did like that portrayal there. Any thoughts? I know this is more.
The thing that bugged me is when he was waiting for for them to blow the 2 ships up, and he literally was sitting there going, it literally reminded me of the Grinch, literally being like, there's no cries down in Whoville.
I could see that actually. Now that you put
But that's what
that
it
way.
was. He was
Yeah.
literally standing there with Batman waiting for the ships to blow up, being like, they'll blow each other up. And it was literally, and I'm like, there are no explosions down in Gothamville. I don't know, that bothered me.
Yeah.
I always kind of just wondered, like, does he steal everything from the grocery store, or does he like steal stuff from restaurants, or like how does he go about? How's he go?
He makes it- he farms his own food.
He's a farmer. Yeah.
Yeah. It's-
He's self-reliant.
He collects
has
the
window-
fertilizer, puts it
Yeah.
into the bomb.
He has window boxes in his
A little fertilizer
studio.
off to the side for his
Mhm.
his hydroponic garden there.
Tom, right now you are in the lead with 5. Pat is close with 4. Kevin is still at that 1. He's still in positive territory, but just want to keep that in mind when you got your hand on the buzzer for this one. Okay.
It's time for question 3.
Lucius Fox, played by Morgan Freeman, updates the Batsuit during this movie. What does the update allow Batman to do? Tom buzzed in.
Turns his head. He can turn his head.
Oh, that is correct. Tom will finish the 3rd round with 6 points, Pat with 4, and Kevin with 1. This puts Tom in the hot seat. Tom, we discussed 3 movies today: Toy Story, Ferris Bueller's Day Off,
Right.
and The Dark Knight. Which one would you like to have a question on the hot seat?
Honestly, the one I've seen the most recent is The Dark Knight because it came out most recently. So let's go with that.
And how many of your 6 points would you like to wager?
Oh, okay. So Pat is 5.
So the points are 6 for you, 4 for Pat, 1 for Kevin.
Okay. You know what? Let's bet it all so it's fun.
Okay.
Whatever. Let's
6
go
points
for it.
on the line.
Yeah.
But how many does Kevin have? How many does Kevin have?
Kevin has 1. Tom
That's
bet
a
it all.
0. I'm doing 0, I guess.
So Pat, you're sitting on the sidelines.
Sitting on the sidelines, might as well.
Okay, Kevin.
I'm going to lay it all on the line here. For the big one.
Oh, okay. 1 for
Wait.
against.
Are you betting it for him to get it correct or not?
Yeah, 4 or against.
Against? Yeah, let's do that.
Okay.
It's time for the hot seat question.
Bruce Wayne is able to program everyone's cell phone to create a detailed map of Gotham using sonar, similar to this.
Really?
Oh, right. Oh, I'm an idiot. Yeah, I got it. It's bats.
Okay. The answer is just like a submarine, Mr. Wayne. A submarine.
Oh.
So
Damn it.
that reduces
Really?
that reduces
Hmm.
Tom to 0 points. Pat is in the lead and wins the episode with 4 points. And Kevin jumps up to second place with 2 points.
Mhm.
I didn't
Very
see
good.
this one coming. Congratulations,
see that one.
Pat.
Make it interesting.
So I got 1 question right this entire day, right? Did I even get more than
Yes.
I didn't buzz in this day, and I still beat Tom.
I'm still. Well, you have to have buzzed in because you
You buzzed in. You got a few wrong.
So I
No, I didn't buzz in on
did
any of this.
did anybody know that?
I named
the
Dark Knight.
answer?
I should
Yeah,
say.
yeah.
I thought it was a bat. I just assumed it
that's-
was. I mean, that was
yeah.
clever. I mean, it's correct. I didn't know, but
Yeah. That's what I thought. I'm like, oh, obviously they would say the obvious thing in the scene.
but no, Tom, they're clever.
The answer
They won
was
Academy
based on
Awards.
Sonar.
What does a bat work off of?
Sonar.
Fooled you. I'd like to once again congratulate our winner of the week, Pat. Congrats. By answering one question right. By answering one question right.
Failed into this one.
This is Hollywood. You fail upward. That's
In addition to our website, talkingpicturestrivia.com, you can find us wherever you listen to podcasts, as well as our YouTube channel. We are extremely grateful for any positive reviews, as those help others like you find us. If you like what you hear, remember to like and subscribe to our show. Do you have a related trivia question to stump us? Let's continue the conversation on Twitter at Talking Studios. Have additional thoughts? Email us at talkingpicturestrivia@gmail.com or give us a call at 201-467-8679 for a chance to be featured on one of our future From the Listeners episodes.
No, thank you, Nick, for having me. It was, as always, it is glorious to win again.
Thanks for having me, Nick. I really appreciate it. It's always a fun time.
Great time. I almost had it there. This stupid ass Nolan.
Almost had it, Tom.
Almost. It's such a sad state. Follow me on Twitter at Thomas Lehman 15. Talking Pictures Trivia B-Side is the sister podcast. Go check it out.
I can also be found on Twitter at The Nickname. Join us next time for our regular Talking Pictures Trivia, where we'll be discussing Tom's suggestion from 1973, Spirit of the Beehive. Stay tuned for our first impressions of the film.
It's interesting. I think I saw this movie when I was a kid. and really liked it, and hadn't seen it since I was a kid or like a teenager. And boy, it had a different effect on me as a person in his 30s. I remember really liking it as a kid and having a different impression now that I've watched it again. But that was, yeah, I think like as a kid you're kind of like, or the teenager, whatever it is, you're sort of taken in by these sort of like Criterion style art house type things. Like that's, like kind of teenagers like that thing, and then you get older and you're like, oh, this is kind of a little pretentious. But yeah, that was my experience re-encountering the film.
I definitely came into this as a blank slate. I had never heard of this movie before. I had no preconceived notion. I literally only knew everything I knew about it from the IMDb post. And I have to admit, the IMDb post was terrible compared to like what it actually was. I don't think that they hit it at all, but it was an interesting watch. I'll give it that. I don't know that I'm going to put it on my list of stuff to watch yearly, but it was good. I enjoyed my time with the film.
It won't be like a Christmas movie for you and the family.
Yeah, I maybe Arbor Day. It'll be something we throw on every year, but I don't think it's going to be something that we're gonna celebrate the holidays with.
It's a good Arbor Day film.
So the only thing I knew about it, I knew the vague sort of the sort of style of it, and I thought it was the thing of, at least it reminded me of just hearing about it is Chris Marker films, which is like Sans Soleil and La Jetée, which I don't mind La Jetée, and I hate Sans Soleil. It is tough. And I know people out there love those movies, but I just think Sans Soleil is so pretentious. And so my expectations were very low. But it in that sense, it vastly exceeded my expectations. It's sort of pretentious. It's got that kind of quality. We can get into it later, but it kind of reminded me of a little bit of like a Wes Anderson films with an edge to it. It's got that kind of feel to it to some extent, some of the camera shots and stuff. But I think it's pretentious, but it's also kind of, it kind of has to be to do what it was trying to do, I think, especially given the time period the film came out. So it wasn't like, I liked it a lot more than I thought that I was going to, but given my expectations were very low, that's not saying a lot, but I did actually enjoy it. I agree. I enjoyed my time with it. I don't think it'll be making my Arbor Day anytime soon, but I did enjoy it.
So definitely a first watch for me. I had no idea what I was getting into, but there's really a twofold approach to my first impression here. I keep saying I'm going to watch these films way in advance, and it doesn't happen. I mean, literally, while we're on the stream here, starting up the intro, I just finished the film. Okay. And the reason this happened was I was supposed to watch this during my lunch break today. And I said, you know what? Let me pick up some lunch. I'll come back. How about my starter breaks in my car and I have to tow it to a auto repair shop? So my viewing experience might have been a little tainted, and it was more like, I need to watch this. And then the movie is a very slow movie. So when you're on a tight, timeline and it's a slow movie, I don't know if I'm giving this movie a fair shake, but I will say, I wasn't quite sure why we were watching this film, specifically because we were aiming for like a Halloween theme. And yes, they did start by watching Frankenstein, but I'm sure we can go into that more in the episode. But I think I thought I was going to be getting into more of like a horror movie or something, and that is not what this movie was. So, I'm looking forward to the episode, but yeah, this one, a whole bunch of factors may have affected my viewing experience.
So will it be on your Arbor Day watching list? That's what we want to know.
I have bad memories already of this, and I am afraid if I ever watch it again, something bad will happen to one of my vehicles. Yeah. So no, it will not be on any list.
No, I think in terms of starter motor damage, I think I can trump you. 12:30 at night in the middle of Union Square. My starter motor broke once. Yeah.
Nice.
That was one of the worst nights of my life.
No, mine was literally one town over from where I live and where the mechanic is. So it actually probably was the ideal conditions if it was going to happen. So there you go.
My brother once ran out of gas on the GW, like on the GW.
Oh no. Oh no. See, that's something, unless you're in like 5 hours worth of traffic, you kind of know is coming, you know?
Yeah, he's like, we'll just make it to the city. We'll be fine. And then they ran out of gas on the GW. That was like literally they called 911 and we're like, we need gas now. Like we're going to die on this bridge. And then very quickly the police did show up with a like gallon of gas. We're like, just get off the bridge.
You know what I heard? Before they went to the city, they watched The Spirit of the Beehive. So that's probably
it was probably on in the car. They have kids. It was playing, you know, it's playing on the
Children do love this film.
The hot seat questions that we didn't use today were as follows. There was one for Toy Story. What pattern is on Andy's wallpaper?
Is it clowns?
I would assume it's like a cactus or something.
Yeah, I don't think KJ would have called clowns a pattern.
Cactus.
I feel like it's got to be like a print that repeats or something like that.
I feel like it's an image.
I think it's cactus.
I'll tell you, it's not cactus.
And it. Well, they put a new. Oh, I have no idea.
Okay, it is a blue background with white clouds. Apparently, this is very common in a lot of Pixar films. It's like if you're a Pixar fan, it's something that comes up a lot. Is the blue background with the white clouds. So
If you're a Pixar fan, I don't know how many of you are watching this. Like this.
we have a big following.
I don't think it's just the right.
Okay.
Yeah, this is not the right show for you, fella.
The
Other
other
than
one
everything
that-
against Pixar, but
I feel like I would crush Pixar trivia, to be honest. We should do a Pixar trivia, or maybe that'll be my podcast. It'll be
Yeah.
talking Pixar trivia.
Okay, here we go. The other one we didn't go over for the hot seat question was Ferris Bueller's Day Off. Upon entering the restaurant with the snooty waiter, what name does Ferris give to get a table?
Oh, the hot dog.
he's
the
not.
Sausage King.
He's the Sausage King. He's
The Sausage King. Abe Fulner. Abe Fulner.
Abe Fullman.
Fulman. There it is. Yeah.
You guys are very close. It's Abe Froman.
Froman.
Sausage King of
Yeah.
Chicago.
And I only know that from
points. Those would be no points.
Yeah, I know that. I only know that from Family Guy.
That is a great sequence. Yes.
Yeah.
Now, can we be clear? Do my points from my previous win carry over, or
Fresh. This is fresh because these are not going to be in order. Okay,
Oh,
so these are
sorry.
gonna be
Okay, then
fillers.
cut that
like,
line. Okay, fine. Cut
throughout
that
the
line.
season.
Then I thought I could make a joke. Then fine.
I
So
was
don't
gonna-
don't reference the previous episodes.
Yeah,
I was going to make a joke
yep.
that you just wanted to say on the record that you won the last episode.
That was exactly what I was trying to do. I want posterity to know. However, if I know that, sorry. Okay, then I will not make jokes about the last one. Fine, good.
Sorry, Tom.
There's a fly.
I assumed it was a bat, Mr.
Either that or Tom was just spontaneously clapping in the air. Okay, I gotta finish. We're doing the thanks part.